Greetings everyone, my name is Eterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Alvora Tactics. During the last part, I defeated this party of adventurers, and I made it to that cave entrance. Now, from what I've understood, from what I've seen from what other people are saying, that leads to the final boss encounter. Now, as I have not entered the Crub Reefs yet, and I have a bunch of buff items at home, I'm going to return back to the town, reapply all those items, visit the Crub Reefs, and then I'll enter the final boss area. After all, I don't want to end the game just yet. Thankfully I did all of this off screen. Specifically what I did was I sold off all the excess items I had, and I reran a lot of tavern jobs. Essentially I found a way to explain how the tavern job system works. Essentially just go to jobs, look at the item that what Jonas wants. If it's something that you have or you can easily get, accept the mission, otherwise say I'm not interested in that exchange. And then, re-enter Alvora, as I'll show over here. Go up a bit, then go back down. Return back to town. And then when you get back over here to the tavern, get back to the job sequence and see if you have one of these items, and they'll pay for it if necessary. So for example here off screen I decided to unequip the fire trigger from the steel greatsword. So if I really want to I can sell it to Jonas for about 90 gold. Essentially the amount of gold you get is equal to the price you would usually get it for purchasing it at a shop. However, I still want the fire trigger, so I'll say I'm not interested. So keep rinsing and repeating until you find something you can easily sell, and that's how I got a lot of gold here. As you can see I have over 800 gold. So let's visit the blacksmith's shop and apply all the stuff that we have. After all, this will probably be one of the last times we'll be visiting Zero. First off, let's reapply the fire gem or fire ruby into the steel greatsword. I wonder what would happen if you put the volt... Let me see this. Can you have multiple effects on a sword? Like this, for example? Yeah, I would like to see what would happen if we give a fire ability and we still have the volt. Will it deal 2 elemental attacks at once? That would be neat. I also stocked everyone up on bandages, so everyone has at least 2 or 3 bandages equipped. Also, because I got the armor crafting equipment, I'm going to use it to create armor now. Specifically, I have the mithril chunk from before, and the mithril chunk that I got during one mission. So specifically, let's see here. So I'm going to use this to build some mithril vests. Specifically, they have almost the same effect as the original ones, but they actually give you... Well, they give you the same amount of defense as the steel hauberk, but they give you more magic defense. So now that I think about it, I'm going to turn this back into the main mithril, and instead, I'll de-equip all the spider silk from this and give them the... equip it with all of those mithril, because it does get +1 defense when it's applied to these steel items. Plus I'm not too worried about Ophelia as well as Willis dodging stuff. I'd rather just use the extra defense instead, directly. So as you can see here, now the defenses are pretty good. Unfortunately now Veron really needs more defensive items, but I'll purchase it soon enough. Because he really... Well, Farron and Veron don't really dodge anything, so I think it might be better if I just buy some steel hauberks for them. At least one. I think Farron needs it more... Let me see this. Yeah, well, Farron has more... Well, Farron needs it more because she's our healer, and I really don't want her to die in combat. She needs to be alive to revive us, after all. Thankfully, from what I've also heard, most of the mithril equipment is more for exotic gear, and it's really just more for aesthetics. The steel gear is good enough to complete the game with, especially on normal to hard mode. On ruin difficulty it changes up a little bit, but for most part it's not that necessary. Although getting a lot of mithril chunks would be nice if you want to, for example, have the ability to get a lot more physical defense, which will be helpful for frontliners. I just wish we had some gear that could actually boost up her physical attack. That would be nice. Plus I'll also keep the dragon pistol for Morana because I want her to attack at long range. So that should be about it. I'm going to be saving up the rest of my gold. Now I could buy to purchase the upgrade in order to get my mithril gear, but it's going to be really expensive with 200 pieces a pop, or 200 gold to purchase one of these mithril items. So I'll save up for that. Instead, I'll head off to the training arena and purchase 2 of the upgrades I was looking for. Specifically meditation, because I really want to get Sorvin more MP to use Onslaught twice. Plus the 5 MP is really powerful. So now everyone has plus 5 MP. Which is really going to be useful specifically for Farron, because now she has 40 MP for healing. So she can heal at least 5 times now. As well as for Sorvin, but I'll fix the 1 MP deficit soon enough. Second of all will be strength. Wow, that's a lot of explosions. That'll be really helpful specifically for Sorvin, Willis, and Ophelia. That's a lot of explosions, but that's more fire magic. And that's about it. I would like more mobility, but I'll have to grind quite a bit in order to get the money for that. Focus would also be nice, but, well, I think I have enough magic attack for now. And I suppose that if I purchased all the focus and mobility upgrades, I'll get something like focus 2, mobility 2, etc. But I suppose that's really for the long haul. Maybe I'll make an extras video where I'll get enough money off screen and purchase those items. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be that expensive to unlock some of these classes, but I'll save up all that money. Let me take a quick look at this. Oh yeah, I also shuffled around where the Volskarn was. I unaugmented the steel shield with the Volskarn and gave it to Farron because she needs more magic attack. Or rather, so it affects how much healing she does. Second of all, let me open up the stash. Off screen during all my travels, I still have all these essence stones, which I will dump into Veron's inventory for now. And I got a lot of moss mats. As well as this volcanic bakemeat, so I will apply it. So first of all, let me move everything into Veron's inventory first. So first off, I need to give Sorvin more MP, so I'm going to apply the first Moss Mat into Sorvin. And thankfully, it increases his base max MP, so it won't cost more to upgrade his MP in other classes. As for the Volcano Bakemeat, well, I really need Farron to be surviving the most, so I'm going to give her... Well, first of all, I'm going to upgrade her MP, of course, and her HP. But I really feel like she needs more HP to survive, so I'm going to be giving the Volcanic Bakemeat to her. She needs to survive the longest, after all. Thankfully, I can visit the tavern after doing a lot of gold grinding, and I can infinitely purchase more Volcanic Bakemeats if necessary. As for the other Moss Malts, well, let me see. We can now use all these stuff twice. I think I'll give it to Morana. She needs more MP to summon all those items. Or summon all those bats and turrets. And let's see, everyone else is in pretty high amounts, so... I'll save up the last Moss Mat until before the final boss fight. Also, I figured out how to actually use these glass bottles. Essentially... Well, let me just get out of here first. Let's see here. Go to the tavern. See all these kegs of beer, which I completely neglected to access earlier. Basically, put your empty bottles there, and you can fill it up with beer. And of course, for every Moss Malt we use, we get an empty bottle. So if we go back here now, if we use it, it'll restore at least 10 MP, which will be really helpful if we don't have the prayer ability handy. So I'm going to give all of these to Morana specifically because she doesn't have the prayer ability. Everyone else, well, they don't really need it. After all, they all have the prayer ability. Actually, you know, I think I'll give 2 bottles of beer to Farron and 2 bottles of beer to Morana, because neither of them have the ability to regenerate MP, and Willis and Ophelia don't really use that much MP in the first place, so it doesn't matter as much. So let's go back to the tavern. Is that what I meant to do over there? And fill up these bottles. Wrong one. There we go. So that should be enough. If I really wanted to, I can solve some items and buy another Moss Malt, but it's not necessary. Yeah, Gil has been sitting here for the entirety of this LP, and he hasn't been doing anything else than grumbling. I still wonder what these other characters are saying. I remember seeing that same language in Alvora Tactics, but I have no clue what's going on. Oh, hello Mort, I killed you in the last part. Well, I suppose they teleport out of the area if they die, just like I do, I suppose. So maybe that's what Mort happened. Maybe we'll be fighting Gil as well, I think we did before. Anyways, before I head off, I think it might be a good idea to buy a few more bandages. You can never have too many bandages after all. I'm gonna buy at least 6 more of them and distribute it among my party members. Now let's buy 8 of them. And buy a, let's see, where's the revive? And revive dust in case of emergency. So yeah, I'm gonna give everyone at least 3 bandages now that I think about it, because it's a bit safer. I'm a little bit cautious, mainly because I'm worried how the final boss encounter will work. And that should be enough. I'll just give a few more bandages to Ophelia and Willis because they can't heal naturally. Okay, that should be enough. Let me see if I can unlock a shortcut at this point. And here you can purchase a lot more powerful items, but the blunderbuss is way too powerful for its own worth. Thankfully I can unlock what each of these items do by just pressing L and click on them. Ah, too bad I can't repurchase the shortcut. Alright, so off screen I'll travel to the entrance of the Crub Reefs and I'll see you over there. Alright everyone, I'm back at the entrance of the Crub Reefs. So it's time to enter this region, and I suppose it links back up to the final area of Alvora. As expected by the name, this is the water area of the game. So I suppose that Ophelia's Volt Greatsword will be helpful. For what I'm testing, apparently the first attack will deal electric or wind damage, and the second attack or sub-attack will deal fire damage, which is great and all, but it's a slight issue if there's a lot of water around. You don't want to electrocute your own party members. That happened to me by accident a few times. That was kind of embarrassing. Wow, these are reptiles. Okay, so these actually can attack you. Well, that's good to know. They'll probably attack me in the next turn. Or when I find my first enemy. Oh neat, a cave. Let's see where this leads up to. Ah, so that's why it's called Crub Reef, because of these crabs. Oh, they're more aggressive. Okay. I'll take a bandage. Oh, I can also just hold the lantern like this. Okay. Well, that's kind of ominous music. Are we gonna be fighting a giant worm over here? Hopefully not. Sure, let's set it on fire at least. Yeah, there are a lot of dead bodies here for some reason. Oh, rock coral. Neat, although I don't want water resistance at this point. What happened to all these crabs? Oh. Oh, that's what happened to those crabs. Good to know that we have a shield crafting kit, which I'll not use now because, well, there isn't that much difference between... I already got the only people who are going to be using shields right now, they're in pretty good shape. And the main advantage of the mithril shield is more dodge, but really, it's not that important. I see what is going on. That's why everyone died. I know what to do here, I think. That's not what I meant. They're gonna start attacking really soon now. Alright, they're not going to be attacking. I need to be careful because they can blind me, I know that for sure. So I'm gonna move Sorvin as far away as possible and turn him in the other direction. And because he has enough MP, he can keep using Gate Onslaught if necessary. Meanwhile, Morana can actually finally deal some damage, specifically with her crossbows. Unfortunately, they have pretty high dodge, so that's going to be a problem. We should also rally everyone up as well. And at the same note, we probably should be activating regen on everyone too. And run away with Farron. Meanwhile, they're going to attack before I can do anything, so... Sure, let's try it then. See if this works. Meanwhile, Ophelia, well, she'll guard herself. That seems to be the best option. Unfortunately, they were blinded. Of course, it also misses. Wonderful. Okay, Gate Onslaught. There's a very low chance of hitting, but I know Farron will get her turn soon. Let's move him over here. Oh, I blinded this one though, so... Let's try killing off this one first then. Let's see, I want to point the turret in the correct direction. There we go. Now it should deal enough damage. And let's throw a remote flare over there and detonate it when in the next turn. Oh, that's a bad idea. This is a good idea. Meanwhile, Farron can get over here and everyone can be cured of their blindness. Alright, that's been killed. Thank you, turrets. I will be using turrets for the final boss battle, that's for sure. Considering how powerful they can be. Of course, it blinded everyone. Oh, I can't reach either. That's not good. Okay, he can still see because he has the goggles on. That was a wonderful strategy, actually. That seems to be the only option because no one can see anything. Oh, Willis can. That's good. If only the range for Cure was a bit bigger, that would have been useful. So let's activate the explosives over there. If I can turn it over here and... Nah, that's... Activating the explosives would be a terrible idea at this point. So let's wait over here. If all goes well... Whoops, that didn't work out. I accidentally stunned Willis. Thankfully the turret finished it off. Well, now I know what happened to these sorry crubs. They all died, unfortunately, to do all these raisins. Raylocks, sorry. Let's see if we can activate this remote healing station. Yeah, that'll be useful in case of emergency. Alright, the only thing of use over here was getting that, the shield crafting kit, and finding those Raylocks, but other than that, nothing really useful. Alright, time to explore more of this reef. Still no enemies who are weak to lightning. Oh. I remember you. Oh, ice magic. Okay, let's see here. Very high strength, but low defense. Let's get out of here for a minute and get ready for the battle. We can hit multiple segments of it at once, so if I can hit multiple segments at once, I think the best option would then be to rally up everyone, specifically Varan, and then use his magic in order to hit it so many times it'll die very easily. Or just use Gate Storm, but okay, then I think I know what I have. Its weakness is this point, its back. And it's weak to lightning, of course, so let's use Gate Storm. Of course it would be weak against lightning because it's a water-type creature. Sorvin, well, let's see here. Can he... No, he can't reach, unfortunately. Onslaught it is. Let's flood the region so it can actually deal more damage. Willis, of course, can use Mighty Block to protect everyone. Farron, well, just activate regeneration. And Ophelia, let's go at it. Not to mention we can stun it. So he's gonna try attacking Ophelia, but that was a mistake because now she can just one-shot it. Well, that worked. Shellworm Plate. Completely unmeleeable, so yeah, only shields. Only shields and armor. Wow, that's a lot of dodge actually, even better than the other item. I may go back and actually purchase that, but I don't have an unlock to the other item. Or specifically I don't have a shortcut to here, so I may not do that actually. Huh. Okay, then let's go on this one. Yeah, I totally expected it to attack with its tentacles. Well, this seems like a good time to use Gate Onslaught again. Might as well. I think this might be a good idea to throw a remote healing station down in case of emergency. Wait, I can shock everything, can't I? Let's do it then. Oh, the water didn't conduct the electricity as I expected it to. That's a bummer. Well, I defeated Lefty, I suppose. Better get regen working on everyone. And Ophelia, well... I think it may be a good idea to just stay over here and be on guard. Let's see what all those tentacles try to do. Lightning bolts. Wonderful, they try shocking everything. We're gonna be bombarded by a lot of magic if we don't move out of the way. I may need to actually reset on this one. This seems bad. I probably should have used Ward instead. Well, at least Morana will be able to use her ability. Okay, she needs to activate it now. Who's using what, actually? I wish it actually showed who's using what ability. Let's see, where is it? Okay, I'm gonna try, already act? Oh, yeah, she already acted. Let me see if I can get out of the way. So let's get over here then. Sorvin, well, I think the best option would be to use Onslaught again and finish off all the tentacles as quickly as possible. Well, everyone survived at least. Let's try killing off these tentacles first. Okay, they'll survive this turn, so I'm not too worried. Good thing Willis can actually hit enemies from farther away. At first I was worried that my character's dying, but it seems that I have enough HP and defense in order to survive this. And now Sorvin, if he connects all his blows, he'll be able to defeat all these tentacles. Good thing that the lightning spell out in the sorcerer line actually has a delay, otherwise my party would have been destroyed. Mission accomplished. That's a lot of experience, but fitting. Now imagine if we went through this with a lower level party. Yikes. At this point I don't know what I should be doing. Let's go with lightning. And fire. As a sage, well, she needs more HP at this point. Oh, I didn't realize I was that much experience left over, so I might as well just give her everything. Unfortunately, there's no full max out bonuses for this class. That's unfortunate. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't upgrade 1 to max. I should have done that earlier. I think I'll make her a balancer for now because I really want to upgrade her life skill. Alright, as a mechanist, well, more crossbow, that'll be the final one for her. Remote healing is very useful, as well as placing turrets, so I'll upgrade those. Plus I'll get the final one just for kicks. Gatekeeper, Sure, more HP. We really want to get everyone up to as close to about 40 HP as possible for the final battle. This will be her final skill for swords, so she's going to be a really nice sword wielder. The rest will go into HP. Guardian, well, I also want to make his spear skill very high, then I'll move finally into HP. I wonder how high these weapon skills and magic skills go. Once again, in a extras part I'll do some extra level grinding and see how far I can go. If it goes infinitely, it'll be quite crazy. Now let's try removing this crystal. It's very difficult, it says. Wow, a huge gem. Okay, I'll definitely be going back to town before I go to the final dungeon, that's for sure. That's worth a lot of gold. Okay, that suddenly got quieter. Okay. So now we can gate back to town, but before I do that, let's see what's up here. Interesting, we're entering from the right this time. Wait, what? Why are we in the Golden Palace again? I thought you were only able to access that from the Overgrown Caverns. I guess that wasn't true. Well, I'm at the final area again, so... I suppose both of the paths, the one in the Underground Cavern was a shortcut so we could skip the Crub Reefs. In that case though, this game is quite shorter. Unless there's another area which links up for the Crub Reefs, or there's another secret I'm missing. So before I end off this part, I'm going to be facing all of these gangles. So let's do this. As usual, rally before it, and begin. Oh yeah, and I also temporarily switch his class to Unmaker to solve a puzzle. Or at least try to. I always inch slowly here so I don't accidentally trigger all of them. There we go. Always get the initiative as much as possible. Wow, at least that enemy is really durable. Lily's becoming kind of like a tried and true strategy to always use Gate Onslaught if there are a lot of enemies. This doesn't really hold true if there's one really tough foe though, so we have to keep that in mind. And fire Thunderbolt. Alright, that should end his turn. And then as for Willis, well... Mighty Block as usual. And let's see here. Yeah, she can charge in. And she'll stun 2 of them, so that'll be helpful. Let's hope that, well, Ophelia doesn't die. They had to deal quite a bit of damage, so gotta be cautious. Yeah, I'm thinking that she may die. Thankfully, the Arcane Lightning will hurt the other enemies. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Don't worry, I'll revive her. We took care of most of them though, so that's nice. Oh, that sucked. I would at least try killing off the small ones before taking on the big one over there. As for Morana, I'm gonna try attacking this. Oh, okay. I thought it had a lot more HP left over. Oh darn, her max HP was actually dropped. Okay, I'll replay this battle off screen. So, in summary, in this part, I went back to town, applied all of those buff items except one Moss Malt, which is still left over. I explored the Crub Reefs, and I made it back to this area again. So off screen I'll sell off the huge gem, probably purchase one more upgrade, and then I'll continue on to the final area of the game, and probably fight the final boss. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Toodles!